Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Now, we've all heard about the vaccine. I was the one who broke the news this morning on YouTube on our channel. And I have to tell you that I've been getting a lot of viewers and subscribers saying, hey, we should give President Trump credit for the vaccine. And, that's how this vaccine came about. And I'm going to give you some interesting information and I will let you be the judge about who gets credit for the vaccine. First of all, before I begin, let me make it very clear. I'm a proud American, and I'm proud of the fact that an American company, Pfizer, headquartered in New York City, was the one that developed this vaccine. Now, this vaccine has undergone a lot of trials, and it is on the verge of being mass produced. But the important question is, does President Trump actually deserve credit? Does the Trump administration deserve credit for the creation of this vaccine, for the research and development that led to this vaccine? And I'm going to give you some information, like I said, you can be the judge for yourself. So let's just jump right in. So I want to be clear. So this vaccine has been created by Pfizer and BioNTech, and it's an extremely effective vaccine. And early data from large trials indicates that this is an extremely effective vaccine. Both the companies did an early analysis of the results, and they showed that individuals who received 2 injections of the vaccine 3 weeks apart experienced more than 90% fewer cases of symptomatic COVID than those who received a placebo. A placebo is essentially, just a drug that has no effect, but it's just designed to, make it seem like there was an effect. So that's how clinical trials work. And for months, many researchers had cautioned that a vaccine might only be 60 or 70% effective. This vaccine apparently is more than 90% effective. Now, keep in mind the companies at this moment in time will not file for emergency use authorization to distribute the vaccine until they reach another milestone, because they want to do more testing. The milestone is that half of the patients in their study have been observed for safety issues for at least 2 months following their second dose. So they are waiting to make sure that at least half of the individuals who receive the second dose have no safety issues for at least 2 months following their second dose. So Pfizer expects to cross that threshold in the 3rd week of November, in a couple of weeks, because these people, the companies are very far along. So let's see what happens. Some more data is likely to come out. But here's what's really interesting right now in terms of politically who can take credit for this. And this is something you may or may not know. Operation Warp Speed, which was set up by the administration to essentially help us come to a resolution, to help us find a vaccine faster. Operation Warp Speed, which was a federal effort to rush the vaccine to market, has indeed promised Pfizer $1.95 billion to deliver 100 million doses to the federal government, and these will be given to American people free of charge. Now, I just want my viewers and subscribers to know I own businesses all over the world. I own a lot of real estate in the United States, but I own businesses all over the world, and my phone has been blowing up non-stop. My phone just it won't stop ringing, and my phone has been blowing up non-stop with individuals all over the world saying, hey, can you send us the vaccine? And I'm like, I don't even have it yet. I don't know when we're going to get it. So individuals all over the world want to get their hands on this vaccine. Now, let me be clear. The CEO of Pfizer has said that, Americans, that this will be given to Americans free of charge. The Pfizer SVP, that is Catherine Jensen, actually wanted to distance their company from Operation Warp Speed and presidential politics. And it was pointed out that Pfizer, unlike other vaccine frontrunners, because there were other companies that were vaccine frontrunners, did not take any federal money to pay for the research and the development of this vaccine. So this is super interesting. The money that went into research and development of this vaccine did not come from the federal government. But the federal government is indeed going to spend money in order to be able to buy doses for the American people, which is how the American people will get it free of charge. And so this is what Catherine Jansen said. She said, and I quote, "We were never part of the warp speed. We have never taken any money from the US government or from anyone." That is what she said. In fact, let's take a look at another quote from Catherine Jensen. Again, she's a senior VP, she's a senior vice president and the head of vaccine research and development at Pfizer. She said, and I quote, "This is a historic moment. This was a devastating situation, a pandemic, and we have embarked on a path and a goal that nobody ever has achieved to come up with a vaccine within a year." So, quite impressive. And again, she did mention in an interview on in the past 24 hours, we were never part of the warp speed. We have never taken any money from the US government or from anyone. And, Pfizer did clarify that the company is part of Operation Warp Speed as a supplier of the vaccine. But just to be clear, Pfizer's making clear that they did not receive money from the US government, unlike other companies that did indeed receive money from the US government. In fact, what's interesting is that Dr. Jansen said that she heard the results at 1 o'clock on Sunday. This was after the election. And she said the timing was not influenced by the election. She said, we have always said that science is driving how we conduct ourselves, not politics. These are the words of Catherine Jensen, the senior vice president of Pfizer. Now, I do want our viewers and subscribers to understand that there essentially are two stages in vaccine development. One is the research and all the effort that goes into the creation of the vaccine. And what Pfizer is saying is that they did not get any money from the US government for that. And the second is the distribution of the vaccine. And the United States government has indeed set aside $2 billion for, tens of millions of doses of the vaccine that will then be given free to American citizens. So while the government can say that, hey, Pfizer is a supplier of the vaccine as part of Operation Warp Speed, what Pfizer is saying is, hey, we did the research and development on our own, and we didn't take money from anyone for that. It was not influenced by any political decisions, and we just got the results of it. That's what Pfizer is saying. And what's interesting, and here's a comment from Jesse Goodman, a professor of medicine and infectious diseases at Georgetown University. He said, we need to see the actual data, and we're going to need longer term results. But he did say, it's a testament to hard work and science that we're getting results that are so good and so fast. So this is indeed encouraging, and many scientists have actually been stunned. Here's a comment from Akiko Iwasaki, who's an immunologist at Yale University. He said, this is really a spectacular number. I wasn't expecting it to be this high. I was preparing myself for something like 55%. We're talking about 55% efficacy. But apparently, the vaccine provides more than 90% efficacy. In other words, it's effective in more than 90% of the cases. So that is extremely encouraging. And Dr. Saad B. Omar, who's a director of the Yale Institute for Global Health, said, if the final vaccine ends up with that level of efficacy, it would be higher than your regular flu vaccine. In other words, it would be more effective than the regular flu vaccine, which lots of individuals take. And he said this vaccine could have a serious impact on bending the curve of this outbreak. Now, regardless of whether you take this vaccine or not, if this boosts consumer confidence, this allows the economy to come back on track. The stock market is already reflecting that. Again, like I mentioned before, this allows individuals to go back out there, to travel again, to eat out again, to go back to hotels, to get back and get in a plane, because the industries that have been impacted the worst are travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality. Those are the industries that have been hammered the most as a direct result of this pandemic. So I just want to be clear, both Pfizer and BioNTech have a $2 billion deal with the US government to supply 100 million doses of the vaccine, with an option for the US government to purchase an additional 500 million additional doses of the vaccine. Yep, 500 million additional doses of the US vaccine. That's the option that the US government has with Pfizer to be, or with, in this case, it's Pfizer because Pfizer created the vaccine, but the US government has already allocated these funds. So among all the front runners for the vaccine, theirs, meaning Pfizer's and BioNTech's vaccine, is the only vaccine project that did not take funding, again, from the White House-led Operation Warp Speed to bolster research, development, and manufacturing. However, I just want to be clear, BioNTech did receive 375 million euros, which is about $445 million in development funding from the German government. I want to make sure all our viewers and subscribers have all the facts in terms of, is the administration responsible for the vaccine, and also whether there's a political angle to all of this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll find a link to all our resources in the description section below, so you can check out all the resources for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. If you learned something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button. Please subscribe, please enable notifications, and also please share this video with friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.